Today's trades taken at the Unicorn University live in the Discord. It's where I trade every day. And I took two trades today, one on CL and one on GC. Just going to break down real quick how I looked at these trades and how I set up for my day, and then the executions that I took. So I have bar replay here, okay, and I started at uh, at 8 a.m. on both. And when I come to the charts in the morning, I'm looking primarily, first off, if I can get a daily bias, um, that's would be ideal. Okay, I don't need that, but if I have a daily bias that is um, in line with the hourly market structure, it's just a bonus. Okay, so just something to take note of on the daily. So we had a liquidity raid here yesterday, uh, and this was into a daily um, fair value gap. Okay, so sweep the previous day's low into a daily bullish fair value gap. I am bullish on the day. Okay, now I go and look at the hourly. Well, we've got higher highs and lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then right here is when we have a change in the state of delivery and we start going the other way. Now, I will pull a fib from a series of down close candles that took liquidity and just take a look at where everything starts to line up. Okay. We got the -2 to -2.5 pretty much right up here at this daily swing high. Right. So I will mark this out as my ultimate buy side liquidity. And then, time is as important as anything, right? So this is here at 8 a.m. I start trading CL at 9 a.m. So I want to take a look at hourly swing points and hourly um, imbalances, okay? Because I need to frame a trade based upon my what I'm expecting price to happen, and this is what I would like to see at the open. I'd like to see some liquidity get taken, and then a displacement up, ultimately heading towards the buy side liquidity. So what do I have in here? I don't really have any swing points here, but I do have this hourly fair value gap that is unmitigated. I'll pull that across. And I'd be interested in starting to look at longs if we could get down there and engage that POI. Okay, so let's roll forward 1 hour. This is the time that I'm starting to look for trades, and we have engaged the hourly POI. So now is when I drop down to my entry time frame, and I want to start taking a look at potential draws on liquidity. Is there anything that stands out here? Well, it sure does. All right, the London high is a double top here and a very close high here. So I would consider this relatively equal highs, and I still have my ultimate draw on liquidity up here at the daily swing high, but I have an intermediate target here that I like, which is the London high. Okay, we've engaged the hourly fair value gap. Now, I would like to see this series of down close candles traded through and closed above would indicate to me that we had a change in the state of delivery on the entry time frame. Okay, we had a sweep here. So this is what I'm looking for price to do here. Right? Here's the sweep. I want displacement through this change in the state of delivery. targeting those relative equal highs, ultimately targeting buy side liquidity up here. All right, so time, it's almost 10 o'clock here. Our hunting hours are from 9 to 12. And in some cases on CL, since we have a 2:30 cash close, I'll trade through till 1 o'clock. Let's fast forward some price here. We're looking for displacement. And when we get displacement, we'll know it because it typically will leave behind what we have right here, which is a fair value gap. All right. So what we've just confirmed here is a unicorn, which is a breaker block and fair value gap. There's no entry yet. Oh, we took off a little bit. Just something to note. We have some low resistance liquidity up here. Okay, all of these things are just they're narrative builders. That's all. There we go. So what I'd like to see now is this pullback down into the breaker. That's what I'm waiting for. Just gonna get something here. Now you could make it your first entry here. Um, I did not take that yet. No. This is right here when I got the entry. Okay. And when I have an entry like this, I will go ahead and put my stop loss, which I did today on the swing low. There's a swing low, and I will look for 2-hour trade targeting the relatively equal highs and the low resistance for liquidity. Okay. And let's watch this play out. Just like that. Now, something to note, watch as we continued all the way up to take that buy side. All right. Now over to gold. Gold on the daily has been nothing but bullish. Okay, it's been incredibly bullish. However, always take into consideration um, with more emphasis on the hourly time frame, the hourly market structure time frame. So there's a couple things to note here, right? While yes, we are bullish on the daily, this wick right here is an indication of some weakness. And so what you'll typically see in a wick like that is a change in the state of delivery. So we actually have that right here. Okay. And that is confirmed, even though it's relatively small, but it's confirmed by this fair value gap right here. Okay. Now, adding to the narrative is the fact that we had a large unmitigated fair value gap here on the hourly, and we just blasted right through it, right? So we created a inversion fair value gap right here. All right. So to me, this is very bearish. Got some low resistance liquidity right here. And I'm going to draw a fib, just like I did on CL, from the swing high to the swing low and see what lines up. Right here is the -2 to -2.5. I like to target that. I'll mark this out as a sell side liquidity. And it's 8 o'clock in this. Yeah. And here we are at 9 o'clock. Okay. Go over to our time frame analysis. or execution time frame. And what do we see here? Okay. Oh, we have swing high, swing low, higher high, lower low. And we've created a major displacement, a fair value gap. We still have our sell side liquidity down here that is yet to be run. So let's see what happens to price. And at this point, I took a I took a short, a stop above that swing high, and a take profit at this swing low right here for a over two hour trade. And boom, 2 for 2 today in the Discord, learning every day, Unicorn University. That's how I set up my that's how I set up my charts. It's sort of it's how I look at market structure, and it's how I like to execute.